She's back. She's wild. She's vulnerable. She's unleashed. It's Nicole Sophia. She joins us again on the Jeremiah Show. Welcome back, Nicole. She's here to premiere.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And guess what she's bringing? She's bringing a big gift, her debut album, Feral. I think this is so cool, Nicole, that your debut album came out last week, right?
Yes.
The world did stop. It didn't feel like it did for you, but the world stopped because the album is such a great album, and we've been looking forward to it for a long time. It's finally here, and I just want to give you a big congratulations, and it's wonderful. I love the album. I've been slowly getting
Thank you so much.
Drips of these singles over the last few months, and now it's here. The wait is over. How does it feel?
The wait is over. It feels really, really lovely to have it out in the world. And like I said to you, like, it's so interesting because it's this huge, monumentous occasion for me. And all this culmination of like hard work, both musically and like the soul searching it took to write the songs. And now it's like out. And there's like, it's this amazing thing to get to give it to the world and have people receive it, especially when you make an album, you're holding it as your baby for so long. And now I get to let other people hold the baby and like have the baby bring them as much joy as it's brought me. And
is it coming back to you, that love that you put into this album, that love that you put into your fans, being open, vulnerable, exposing like your deepest thoughts? Is that coming back to you yet? I mean, I know it just debuted, but are you feeling that love coming back?
Yeah, there's been some really like magical moments of fans reaching out. Like especially since I'm in such an early stage of my career, like those moments mean a lot to me. Like someone created a fan page of my music. So a random stranger, and I'm like, holy shit, that's like there's a person in the world that loves me and my art enough to make a fan page of it. Like
now,
friends and fans are sharing it.
Sorry, fan clubs in the old days. Like, for instance, Paul McCartney, his sister Ruth McCartney is a good friend of the show. And she used to be in charge of his fan club. So she would try to answer every letter that came in. I don't know how she did that. Is it that way still? Or it's a fan page now is something probably social, right? Does this person that started it answer questions about you? Do they post pictures of you? What do they do? How does it work?
They're like posting pictures of me and videos and my music, and definitely not answering fan letters in this day and age. I mean, I'd love to receive a fan letter, but it's more of like I'm answering DMs on my own page because I'm an indie artist, right? That's right. But it's cool to see how much of an impact it's having on people, and like to get to see new people being brought into the music, and also fans that I've kind of seen since day one feel it and celebrate it. And they've heard these songs on live streams for years at this point, and now they get to have them like in their ears and their headphones, and it's pretty amazing.
And isn't it neat to think that someone out there, your album is their favorite album, and that it's being shared, it's being played at parties, that the fans are spreading the word and kind of spreading the songs out there. It's very cool. A debut album, though, I mean, it's such a momentous thing. It's such an accomplishment. And I was thinking, as I told you about debut albums, like I'm wondering who your favorite artists were, what their debut albums were, how they felt. There's not a lot of people that have the feeling that you're feeling right now. And it just, we looked at Joni Mitchell's first album, is one of your favorites. Brandi Carlile. I would love to hear from them at where they're at right now. Can you imagine, like, if you're their age now, looking back at Feral, how's that going to feel for you? What do you think when you look back at it at a certain age, when you had this full career? What do you think that it will still say about you? And do you ever picture how you're going to change?
Oh, totally. And I think that's the cool thing with music is like, even, right, because I had an EP that was out before Feral, And like I look back at those songs and it's amazing because it's a time capsule. But I think when I'm 85 years old and I have, you're right, the music career that I've always wanted and my dreams have come true, and I look back on this record, I'm going to be deeply proud of the songs that I've put out and deeply proud of the way that I've grown as a human being.
Yeah.
Like that's been one of the coolest things about this record is I see like you can kind of chronicle it musically how much I've grown in letting myself be a human. And I feel really proud of these songs because I feel like they're making space for people to do that growing and questioning
Mm-hmm.
themselves. And so I think I will forever stand by these songs for their truth and their authenticity and the way that I feel like they can hold people, because that's like all I want to do with my
Yeah.
art is kind of alchemize all of the crazy shit that happens in life and turn it into something fantastic. And when I'm 85 years old, I think I'll stand by that.
Yeah, I bet you will. And you can you imagine what you're gonna what look how quickly you're growing and how you're evolving right now. From last time you were on, you talked about this album and how maybe this last year was such an awakening for you, and you just started embracing the things that you used to feel maybe ashamed of, or you put yourself down for, or other people did that to you, and you just kind of owned yourself in this last year and have evolved and then documented that in really great music, danceable music, music to feel sad to, music to be feel happy to. Um, you did that all within this last year, so you've kind of accelerated, right? Your growth, and if you continue that trajectory, imagine at 85 the experiences you will have accumulated it, and that you can turn into art, right, and turn into music.
Oh
I
gosh,
love.
yeah. That's the coolest thing about being a
Yeah.
musician is every single experience I have, I'm like, well, at least there's going to be a song that comes out of it, right? Like I could be having the worst moment and I'm like, well, you know, we're going to
there's
get
a
something cool out of it eventually.
there's a silver lining here. There's a song, I can feel it. So Feral is Nicole Sophia's rawest chapter yet. It's a glitter smeared reclamation of self and written in the wake of heartbreak, growth, and self loving rebellion. This is her debut full length LP. It's a love letter to the freedom that comes with embracing the whole experience of honest, raw emotions. These are Nicole's words, I believe, not mine. But it sums it up so beautifully. From midnight snacks, you say, to bathroom hookups, childhood memories to spiritual unravelings. Farrell doesn't tidy anything up; it lets it all out. This is not just music for crying on the floor, though it's great for that too. It's music for laughing while you do it, blending bedroom confessions with punk riffs and acoustic intimacy. Nicole's soundtracks the divine mess of being human, and isn't that true? So every song on Feral holds a different flavor or feeling: too muchness, too soonness, too honest to highness. Whether she's shouting for a miracle, dancing through a breakdown, or whispering hope into a panic attack, Nicole invites you to feel everything loudly. That sums it up very nicely, Nicole. You've got a gift with words. How would you put that? Is there anything you would add to that about this album, Feral?
Um, Actually, I'm not sure I wrote that one. I think that was written via someone wrote it about me in an interview, which I think they
Oh,
did a fantastic job. So I don't know if I get to take credit for that, but I would say that that feels really true, and especially like I've been reflecting a lot about how sonically there's so much range on this album from like dance pop to like acoustic folk,
yeah.
right? And I think that's one of the things of like there's no cleaned up edges or boxes that I put myself in, both in the songwriting and the topics itself, but also sonically, like the range of it, the sonic experience is like the range of the experiences I was having when I wrote it. Like some of them sound like a gay dance club in Nashville, and some of them sound like me by myself in a basement with a guitar, because that's what was going on
Mm.
in my life when I wrote it. And I really just the space to be imperfect and unpolished and human, I feel like is so pervasive in the entirety of the album, in the writing, in the production, in the ways that I've been going about promoting it. Like, all I want is for people to see me living in this feral way and for it to inspire them to figure out what feral means to them. Because, like, at the end of the day, it's not that I've had the same experiences as every single other person, but what I'm hoping that this music will do is inspire people to trust and feel into and live into their experiences and see that when they do that and when they let themselves try and fail and be and exist and love, that not only the world won't come crashing down, but beautiful things will come out of it. And I think that this record has done a really good job in conveying that and has songs that can hold people through kind of every phase of that discovery, whether it's the discovery of their own desire with the bathroom hookups, or it's the song that holds you while you're crying when you feel like you've lost your faith. And I think all of that has been my experience. And I think all of that is within the realm of the human experience that I'm hoping to encourage people to feel.
I love that. And that's a beautiful sentiment. Is there anything you wouldn't share? Any feral experiences?
I'm really bad at being mysterious.
What's the most feral experience you've had recently, or something you've done that's just been wild that you're like, that was fun? Like, whether it's running along the beach under the moon in the middle of the night, or I don't know what. Was there something that you've done that you just exhilarated you, was thrilling?
Oh gosh, so there's so many things that I think, like, the interesting thing, like the first thing that popped into my head is like, I caught feelings for someone, and one of the most feral things I've been doing is just letting myself experience what it feels like to have feelings for someone and to be absolutely scared shitless about that. And like excited and terrified and like, yeah, and like really letting myself feel. And so it's not this like wild thing, but being very present with myself while I go through all of the stages of excitement and freak out has been like my most recent feral practice.
Yeah, that's great. And you're just letting yourself experience it all, whether you get hurt or not.
Yeah.
So that is scary. That's like hanging on the edge of a cliff, right?
Oh yeah.
Good for you. Good for doing that. Love is good. Love is good. Experiences is go as hard as you can, and whatever happens. And at least you're better off for having that experience, right?
Exactly. And the progress I've made in being able to let myself just sit with it and like ride the wave as opposed to trying to control it, I think is due to the process of having gone through my feral awakening. So
are you finding, because in the past you've tried to control it, right? You've tried to control your emotions or try and control it in some way, the relationship. Are you finding that by just letting go and letting your emotions run free and being who you really are, that it's better? Is it a better experience?
It is better, and it's like also better for me. Like kind of regardless of whether or not it makes the relationship dynamic better, which I'm sure it does. Like me getting to let myself be like an imperfect, loving, amazing human being is epic, and it's given me so much grace, and me letting myself really feel it has also given me so much fodder for creative material. And so like it's always, the more you show up presently in your life in literally any experience, the more you get to be able to create and give back.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so just a couple of quick questions for you, and I'll let you go. But Feral, the album, when it was released, did you do anything just for yourself to sit there and go, I just hit a milestone, and celebrate that? Did you do anything special for yourself?
I did. So when it came out, I like immediately put it on. But also the biggest thing that I did when Feral came out is I was exhausted and I was like, I should be doing some specific thing. I let myself just lie in bed and chill. And that was like, it sounds like not a rock star celebration at all, but it was really great progress of me just like listening to my body. And I've been getting to enjoy like screenshots from friends and family and fans being like, you showed up on my like daily mix, and oh, you're on like my algorithmic playlist, that's so cool. And like really enjoying. And I honestly, to celebrate, scheduled some very intentional off time, because
Mm,
I think anyone who's a musician and anyone who's doing literally anything knows like it can be so go, go, go. And one of the biggest things for me, it was like, I want to take a second and soak this in and acknowledge the amount
yeah.
of hard work that I've put into this by letting myself rest.
Yeah. I like that you did that. I think that's so important. And maybe that's your new tradition before when every time you launch a new or release a new album, maybe that's what you should do. I was reading something about Taylor Swift, and she said that she listens to her last album to say goodbye to it before the new one comes out. And then she doesn't listen to it anymore. She just says kind of goodbye to it. And I thought that was sort of a cool tradition. Seems like that.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. Um, if you had to pick one song that maybe was your anthem song from your album, Feral, do you have one? That's
Oh
like your
God, that's like
dance that
picking your
you feel.
favorite child.
Yeah,
Can I give you my top three?
sure.
Okay, because I think so.
Yeah, I don't want you to get rid of all the rest of them. I just thought one that really like that you dance, you hear it and you're like, this is me and I love it. This says a lot about me.
So I would say in that case, the lead track "Sweet Melancholy"
Hmm.
um, is definitely the one that I would do. I wrote it about essentially like having just broke down crying and feeling really good about feeling sad and like enjoying feeling sad and feeling all the feelings. And the tagline of it is like, it's better to feel too much than nothing at all. And if I was going to sum up Feral in a line, it would probably be that line. Um, but then on the complete opposite sonic end, there's a song called If You're Gonna Love Me that is a very sweet ballad that I wrote about feeling really, really deeply lonely. Um, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful song that's so just real and raw and potent that I love. So kind of two opposite energetic
Mm.
songs that I think together really sum up the record very well.
Well, that's great. We're going to play "Sweet Melancholy" here in just a moment. Um, that's Thank you for that description. Now I love hearing that because now I'm going to listen to them differently. I'm going to listen to them, try to listen to them in your shoes. Um, Voracious Records, your label, they understand and they support you. How important have they been to your freedom and your feralness?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, they've been like really solid collaborators in the way that like getting to tap into and explore my sound. Um, Definitely like like having support allows me to play
Yeah,
more as an artist, right? Like knowing that I'm gonna get the record produced, knowing that it's gonna like exist and be in the world allows me to write with like freedom and vision, and just knowing that like I have people that I can go to and resource has
yeah.
been tremendously supportive. Um, and it's really cool to see what collaboration can bring to the table. And like I feel like definitely if you ask them from when I started with them with Reveal Your Heart to like where I am now, they would say I've grown tremendously in my freedom and the way that I express myself, and I have a lot more clarity. And I know like I've honestly learned so much about music business with
Hmm.
working with a label and like what it means to show up not just as an artist but as a person who's in charge of their own small business,
Right.
and how to work with collaborators, how to advocate for myself, how so much of it is still consistently like the ball is in my court, right? And I think it's been really cool and empowering to see how much agency I have even within the realm of collaboration.
That's neat to hear because you hear so many nightmare stories, and I know so many new artists don't really want a label. They want to do it on their own. They are doing it on their own, like you're doing it. But it's nice to hear that you have that, uh, you know, that source that you can go to that's actually supporting you and who you are. Because so many labels and managers try to control that artist and put them in some sort of a box. and I think you've broke out of that box, and you're very feral.
Yes, I much to some people's chagrin sometimes, I am very much my own person, and I
Well,
um
don't ever change that. That's
I
what we
just
love
care
about you.
deeply, and
Yeah,
I'm lucky
we
to have
love
people that care deeply as well.
Nicole. It's always so good to see you. I'm so happy for you and your debut album. I can't wait to have you on the show when you're 85 and we can talk back about this conversation and look back in time at all your different albums. Um, this is a really great album. Support Nicole, support new musicians like Nicole. She's got a lot of love, a lot of joy, a lot of energy, a lot of spirit, and she's talented. Her music's really good. I dare you to listen and not get hooked. Pick up the album now. It's out everywhere. You can go to her website at NicoleSophiaMusic.com. You can support her through buying merch, but please, get this album. You will not regret it. I promise you. On Instagram, you can follow Nicole Sophia Music also. And then from there, Apple Music, Spotify, just go down that rabbit hole and spend some time getting feral with Nicole Sophia. Thanks so much, Nicole.
Thank you.
All right, here it is, Sweet Melancholy from the album Feral by Nicole Sophia. Her debut. Yay!